Okay, welcome everyone to the Ascertus and Litera webinar. Today we will be presenting the Litera CAM provision module of the product, and on today's agenda we'll be showcasing a few things. We'll start off with some introduction to the speakers, which is myself and Vasari, and then moving into more of an introduction to Litera and their side of the story, followed by with the challenges as well, and showcasing some of the business needs and requirements for the Litera CAM product as well. And then we'll finish off with a demonstration and then questions at the end. For the questions, there is a question panel on the right hand side as well, so if you can fill out the questions in there, and at the end we'll answer as many as we can within the 30 minutes. With myself today is Vasari. We'll start with some introduction to myself, which I am the client advocate and account manager at Ascertus. I deal with more of the communication side between our clients as well as the internal departments within Ascertus and all the legal clients and legal services clients from 100 users and above. Over to you, Vasari.
Hi everyone, this is Visaris Makichi. I am a sales engineer for Litera. I have been working with the Prosperware and now the Litera products for the past 5 years.
Awesome, thanks Vasari. Just before we go into the Litera CAM product and further in depth into it, I wanted just to showcase the range of solutions that we provide to help enhance the iManage ecosystem. If you'd like to look into any of these solutions a bit further, please get in contact with one of your Ascertus account managers or the Ascertus team, and we'll be happy to kind of showcase how these solutions can fit in. Give us a list of your business requirements. I can then advise further, such as the T3 knowledge management or the Cicero document automation, as well as the KIM automation as well. But yeah, if you need any more information on that, please just get in contact. I'll pass over to yourself now, Vasari.
Thank you, Zane. All right, so first we start with the confidentiality and disclaimer note here. This presentation is confidential. The content cannot be photocopied, reproduced, or distributed to the public or to the third eye. And of course, we embrace uniqueness, and that is why you will be seeing two types of slides, the one that Ascertus have and the one that us at Litera have. Moving on. Being created since 1995, our whole purpose as an organization has been to help people focus on what matters. Delivering high quality work on time and on budget, mitigating risks that could lead to compliance issues or malpractice claims, reducing write-offs and write-downs, and winning new business. Litera offers a full range of solutions to help you in your everyday work, to meet your goals and to be successful. Part of serving you fully from the practice of law to the business of law, we are building a platform that addresses the unique needs of many different stakeholders firm-wide, from lawyers or paralegals or legal assistants who need to work on drafted documents and very much enjoy our drafting suite, to litigators or business developers who we have thought about as well and have many products that will help them in their day-to-day. Prosperware, with its many solutions and products, has brought to the Litera family a big number of clients from different industries, as they are seen here separated into categories. And this number of clients is growing rapidly still with Litera even this day. We have 350 clients across industries. We have 67% of AMLA 100, 50% of Global Top 20, and 24% of UK Top 50. And maybe you can help us with the last one. Litera started in document drafting, but today what we offer is an end-to-end portfolio of solutions. Many of our customers, depending on the type of the firm, are using 2 or 3 or more of these as a unified solution in their workday. Now, on this slide, we can see the ecosystem all laid out and what each circle represents. We have firm intelligence, LPM, and pricing, and talent all in the business of law. And then we have collaboration and governance, our drafting products, and legal workflows in the practice of law. We call it an ecosystem, and the goal of Litera is to have a one-stop shop for our clients who like to use 3 or more of our products and would like to have a unified solution where they would have one place to reach out and have support on it. So we have instead reoriented our portfolio to your needs. We have it in 3 separate categories: for legal work, for firm intelligence, and for firm governance. And this is the part we will be focusing today, the for firm governance part. What solutions Litera offers in the governance sector, and what did we actually see as a problem that made us work on this product? The founders of the CAM solution saw this issue from the early days. Clients had an Adorant, a SQL table where they would store their data, and then they needed to create those data in a DMS system from where they would manage it. We saw the missing piece from this process, which were the provisioning and the creation of complex folder structures to your matters, and creating all of it in a DMS system quickly and correctly. There was also no easy automatic way to do this, easy management of schedule tasks. With the years going by, we saw firms that were eager to embrace cloud platforms and move to the cloud, but very complicated applications that would achieve this. And don't even get me started on the endless conversations about ethical walls and security aspects and the information barriers that were the key to every matter that was created. This might be the case for some of you joining the call today, and you might say, what if I don't have a provisioning solution? If you don't, then first, this is the reason why you're in this meeting today, and then you might have one of the issues or many of the issues listed on the slide here. Data chaos, users placing content wherever they find it convenient, and then inability to locate that content because it's all over the place. Manual tasks leading to human errors, risk teams unable to apply proper disposition policies, and then low adoption to the new systems. CAM has 5 very important pillars: provision, classify, protect, manage, and govern. Each of our pillars deals with multiple processes. We have thought of everything from the different systems we get the data from when the project is initiated, to the metadata creation and storage, to data protection, legal holds, templates, etc. And we also have a long list of systems that we collaborate with iManage being the top one of them. This is where it all starts, provisioning and classification. What do we mean by that? Well, we provide the mechanism for organizations to initiate their processes either through a system of record or through human workflows. We then tie that with the ability to template the processes and allow organizations to understand what that matter is about by providing critical metadata to it, like who are the owners or the members, where is the start and the end date, what is the matter type, and multiple other metadata. This is why people understand and have context around their data. So from start to finish, throughout the entire life cycle of a client relationship, case, project, matter, or initiative, we leverage intelligent templating, data organization, platform integration, and robust data management to bring order to the digital tools your team use to collaborate. We free your teams to focus on the work and not on the tools. After you have set all of your metadata and your matters, it's time to add a template and a folder structure to your matters. We are very proud that we have a very easy and user-friendly process of template and folder structure creation. You can create specific rules so that different types of matters get different types of templates, and that there is actual consistency around that. Folder properties are also available for you to have more specifications such as suffixes or prefix for the folder names, and then also required folders or personal folder creation. Availability control for end users and predefined security and metadata for all of the folders in a template is also one of our key aspects here. And then begs the question, why CAM? Beside all of the easy provisioning, classification, and templating, which we have talked about, but also because with our application, you can manage access and automatically update memberships across all matters, across all systems. You have the ability to add rich and custom metadata. You can add centralization of the key data and the ability to visualize it in a way that you want through your dashboard framework. You can have easily filter and locate your content, the ability to automatically update matter names, IDs, practice areas, and other metadata across systems, bulk update any metadata from source systems or through a human workflows, and many more reasons of why you should choose CAM. Basically, this is what the CAM architecture is built and how everything works. We have to connect CAM to an on-premise SQL source, such as a billing system, CRM, etc. And then we can utilize a tool that we call Data Uploader to automatically provision the workspaces. And then we can also connect CAM to cloud applications that use REST APIs, such as Azure that I have as an example here, and then tell CAM to bring those data into your DMS system. Before jumping into the demo, let's go through some of our key aspects and what you will be getting with our Litera solution. Flexibility, because our software is highly configurable and customizable to each client's need and to each user's or roles that exist inside of your company. Integration, as I have mentioned in the presentation today, CAM can connect to multiple DMS servers on-premise and in the cloud. Automation is another key aspect because we have processes and workflows that are based in definable logic. And lastly, of course, we have been legal focused for the past 13 plus years, bringing the best solution to law firms around the globe. And now let's do a little demo here that I have prepared for you. Let's jump into the demo. All right, so CAM, as I mentioned previously in the presentation, is a cloud-based software as a service platform that is hosted in a multi-tenancy cloud in AWS. Clients can choose where they want to host their tenant. CAM is designed to help firms manage cloud-based content across the full matter lifecycle and ensures that this data is accessible, usable, and secure. We use the leading cloud service provider, Amazon Web Services. And for that, we have high availability and dependability. The benefits of having this multi-tenancy is that clients will receive the bug fixes and the new releases immediately. So there is no need for upgrades or installations. There is no downtime. Everything is just right there and then. The first tab that we're going to see here, this is the CAM platform. The first tab that we're seeing here is our directory tab. In our directory tab, we can see that this is a very powerful admin homepage. This is where admins or risk compliance can come and see where all of their content is spread. But not only can they see it, they can also access it. For example, I have a list of all of the workspaces that have been created here through CAM into a DMS system, which we have iManage here as an example. And now if I wanted to filter through it and find a particular workspace, then I have the filter here, which is also customizable. Let's find one of my matters here. This is my client, and this is my matter number. Now, when we filter it, it will take us to where that is. When I open it up, this will be a more specific place directed and specific to this matter. If I wanted to access this matter and I wanted to see what's in iManage, it's very easy. You can see the workspace name here. Click on the workspace name, and it will take you directly in iManage where that workspace is. And now you have access to it. Another thing that you can do from this directory tab from this admin homepage is that you can take centralized control. If I wanted to do that, I have some options here. If I wanted to see the profile and what metadata I have applied to this workspace, then I would come here to the metadata tab and see what I have. I have client ID and matter ID, which are not changeable because these are my two unique identifiers. For your firm, it might be something different. That's totally okay. You can use as many, whichever unique identifiers you might need. And then scrolling down here, we have some other metadata. Of course, this is also customizable, and you can add your own metadata to it if you need to. And if I wanted to add a specific value that is missing here, for example, my matter type ID, I would come here, choose a matter type ID, and then choose to update this workspace, and then the change would be applied to my workspace in iManage as well. So now if I wanted to update that, I could choose if I want the folders and the documents to be refiled to take the change that I just made or not. If I click yes, then the documents and the folders inside of my workspace would also be refiled and modified. Another thing that we can do from this homepage right here is we can also change the security. And in here, we have two tabs called Project Teams and Explicit Security. In project teams, this is a way of securing content, but also allowing enough people access to it. It works on role-based access to give access to a matter and to the content of those matters so that partners or responsible partners or billing lawyers will have the dedicated roles and get access. For example, I have two users here. One is a responsible lawyer and the other one is a billing lawyer. Moving on, and let's go back to our administration panel here and external system configuration. In external system configuration, we will create the server connection. This is where it's all configured. Let's say you have a server, you want to connect it to CAM, you can come here, add a new connection, and then that connection will be created. If I added one of my connections that I have right here, you will be able to see that some of the information that you see here are required, such as the URL, the server name, user ID and password, and also a default database and a default password. A default database is for the first time you're logging into, it's when you're missing your database into your CSVs or in your scripts, then we would have to create those workspaces into this default database. And the default password is for the users that get created through CAM into iManage, so that the first time that they log in, they would use this password right here. And then we also have some permission mapping here. We have the access levels coming from iManage, and then the CAM security roles. Because we integrate with multiple DMS systems, we had to create new roles, and then you can manage them how you want them to be mapped with the roles from the DMS system. And now when I talked about consistency, this is where it all comes down. We have some roles, some rules that we have created here. For example, the workspace name rule and format, template rule, and this is all for your users' consistency so that you don't have different names and different templates being used by your users. If you want them to have consistency, come here and then create your own criteria, and then the format will be applied when the criteria is fulfilled. The same idea and the same logic is behind the template rules. Come here, create your own rule, and then it will be applied to that specific condition is fulfilled. If you wanted to add inheritance, we also have some metadata in two sections here that will help you with your inheritance. Now let's go back and go to our template editor here. In Template Editor, when you get your CAM tenant out of the box, you will see that we have a couple of templates for you to use, or you can create your own templates. It's a very easy project. Come here, create your own template, and then create your folder structure designed specifically to that template. For example, I have a couple of folders here. I have a couple of subfolders inside. I have search folders with placeholders in the name that will be replaced with the actual values once the workspace gets created with this template. And then I have some properties inside of my folder as well. For example, I have the folder type, which can be folder, tab, or search folder. I have the default security set by default as inherit, but of course, if I wanted to change this to private or public or view, I can do that as well. When I change it to private, a new tab becomes available called security. And then when I'm ready to add my members here, for example, I want users and some users to be applied to this folder immediately when the workspace gets created, then I can add my members here. I can do the same for the metadata, add my metadata here, and then immediately when the workspace gets created, my folder will have the metadata and the security in place automatically. And if I go back to basics, I also have some of the other properties that I mentioned in my template slide, which are the prefix, the suffix. I can show my folder as checked, as required. These are all some of the properties that we can use. And if I go into the workspace that I opened previously in iManage, we can see that we have also incorporated with iManage. We have integrated with them successfully because we have also some of our features showing in iManage directly. If I go into properties here, we will be able to see some of the options and some of the features that we have applied in iManage with some web extensions, of course. We can create your own workspaces directly from iManage, or you can manage your folders, which is our most used feature. In Manage Folder, you will be able to see what is exactly in your template, what has been applied in the workspace currently. For example, these folders that do not have any checkboxes to them have been created already, but the ones that have the checkboxes, you can check them out now, and then you can update and create those folders into your workspace. If you wanted to just pick up your folders from a different template, come here, select your template, and then you can create your folders from that other template as well. For example, let's go to this one right here. And now we have some custom name here for your users. You're giving them some options here or a prefix name. And if you also needed to create personal folders, then you can do that clicking on this plus option right here. And then your folder will be able you will be able to create a subfolder to the documents folder right here. So you have plenty of options when it comes to managing your folders from here. And let's go back to CAM, and all of these jobs that you saw that were created, this workspace particularly, this was created through CAM. And when we go to Jobs tab, this is where you will see all of the jobs coming together. This is where everything gets processed. This is, again, for your admins probably that will come here and see where all of their workspaces have been created or not. If any of them has not been created, you will see an error like this, and you will be able to come here, see the logs, and just identify what is wrong with that particular workspace. So this is where everything gets processed, and this is how everything gets completed through CAM. Now, moving on to our last presentation here, which is questions. Zane?
Yep, perfect. I'm just putting on the camera there, if you can see me. Great. Thanks very much for
Yes.
the demonstration, sorry. Much appreciated. So yeah, we'll go onto some questions here. First one being from David, who is the owner of the Matter workspace provisioned by CAM?
Oh, yeah. So the owner of all of the workspaces is the system itself. The system itself will own the workspaces, not the users. This will give us control, and we'll be able to control all the workspaces. When we went into the external system configurations and we saw a user ID and a password there, that is the user who will be the owner in iManage as well, and that is why we suggest that user to be an ONRT admin user who will have access to all of the matters that will get created through CAM into iManage.
Okay, perfect. The second one is from Tanya. Can CAM set security based on ethical walls?
Oh, great question. Yes, we can read from ethical walls databases and apply them to the systems. We also have a self-healing functionality on things like Teams, and we can also provision into systems like iManage SPM. So that's a great question. But yes, we can do that.
Awesome. Got another two here. So one from Joseph. What versions of iManage can CAM work with?
Oh yeah. Anything above 10.2, Universal REST API, on-premise, PVT, cloud iManage, but anything over 10.2 we can work with.
Awesome. And then last one, does CAM have any user logs we can monitor?
Yes, we do have user logs. We have audit logs. They're called audit logs in our program. You can go there. You can see what your user activity is, what operations they're using, what are they doing, and if any errors, they will be shown in the audit logs as well. But that is where you will mostly see all of the user activity.
Awesome. I think that was the last question there, which is good. If there's any other questions that everyone has that may think of afterwards, as I said previously, please just ping it through in an email or get in touch with your relevant account manager or the Ascertus team. As well as we will be looking at doing a secondary kind of Litera CAM webinar later on in the year, which will showcase the higher tiers, such as CAM Manage and above, just to give you more of a knowledge-based requirement to showcase what else CAM can provide apart from just the provisioning side. But yeah, I think that's everything from ourselves. Thank you very much for Sari, and thank you very much for everyone that's attended. Much appreciated for your time, and we'll provide a recording afterwards. Thank you.
Thank you.